Hello everyone, just 1 second. It's my 10th day of the challenge. So today I'm gonna summarize what we've talked about in the other days, in the other 9 days, and I would invite you to watch them if you haven't watched them yet. We spoke about the mission, we spoke about relationship, we spoke about family constellations, a lot, of course, because guys, I love this topic and it's my field, and I'm how can I say, I'm loving what I do. That's the truth of the thing. So we spoke about abundance, we spoke about the matrix of success, which was numerology. Some of you had a taster of it, could see what it is. It helps you to find your mission. It helps you to to get to know yourself even better, and to to put yourself together in a way if you feel very confused with yourself and things like that. I'm just looking at my notes because I have written them here. We spoke about feminine and masculine energy. We spoke about gratitude, and I gave you a challenge for it. And then what else we spoke about? Yeah, I've told you about the broad sphere of the family constellation and how much areas of your life that they can affect, all of them basically, not just one, all of them. So you can use them as a universal method for everything. That's what I also do. And it helps me a lot, it helps my clients a lot, it helps us to go back to our origins, to go back to our roots, to where we come from, to reconnect with parents, to reconnect with family, to reconnect with our country, because our country symbolically represents our family, it represents our mom and dad. And if we have a negative feelings towards the country, that means we have some negative things towards our parents. And it's not just negative, I don't want to sound judgmental. That means it has unspoken pain, unspoken grief that you are you've tucked in somewhere in your body, and then it's just working from there. And that's how you function within your life. That's how you go through life, actually. That's how you make it and you manifest it and everything. And that's why sometimes law of attraction doesn't work, because we have blockages in our body which are preventing us from manifesting what we really want, because our belief system is completely different. Because with family constellation we can also remove belief systems, because we have so much belief systems in our DNA. They've been transferred through our DNA through generations ahead, and that's how it's actually working, and that's how we actually receive the trauma that they've had, and it goes into our body, and so on. Also, we spoke about in one of the videos how each generation works in a different area of our life. So you can go to that video, you can check it out, you can see, and maybe you find out the story that is relating to your life at the moment, and you see where the pattern is, and that will help you a lot in your life. So these are very little things that you can do. We did questions as well that you can also track, and as we said, the repetitive pattern that we have, that we experience in our life, the repetitive stories, something that keeps on repeating. We have different actors, different people in the story, but at the same time we have the same situation, we feel the same way, and this is the sign of the trauma. This is how it works. So because many of you have asked me, because when we spoke about relationships, we spoke about feminine and masculine energy and other things, and they and also on the matrix of success there's like more masculine energies. Some girls, or like women, they have some more masculine energies in them, and that also it needs balancing, it needs awareness, we need to balance it somehow. And they've asked me why sometimes they attract more feminine guy, who is not very hardworking, who is a bit lazy, who doesn't earn a stable income or something like this, and they have to always fight through life, they always have to do something, they can't relax within themselves, and sorry, and they it could be because we are loyal, or we are entangled in some stories. And if we really look back in the times, if we really if we look at our story, and if we look at our parents' story, this is normally a result, you know, this is a result of something that happened before. So then when we start tracking down the line of our ancestors, we will see how, you know, back in the times there was war, back in the times there was so much tragic things that they've happened, and these are actually impacting our life now. You're thinking it's like few generations, but and how has it happened? Because nobody knew about it or something like this. It does happen. This is genetical you know, information that's been passed down. And very often when a trauma hasn't been digested, and sometimes if you find hard to digest your food, that is a psychosomatic symptom, which means that you are actually finding hard to digest some emotions. So are you allowing your emotions? So maybe back in the times when there were, when men were about to go to the, you know, to the front line, when they died, they give their lives for you know, on this war, they left a woman, they left their woman, their loved ones, they left you know, their children, and the woman had to be the main provider for care, for love, for you know, for food, for everything. So when that happens, actually you know, the woman doesn't have time to grieve. She doesn't have time to you know, to allow her emotions to come. There was no time for this. And what actually happens with her, she instead she just works for, so you know, she's trying to survive, she's trying to provide, she's trying to fight with life. And then that's what the example she's giving to the children. And then the children, they see their mother how she is, and then they start repeating the same pattern. They do it the same. And because, you know, when there's unresolved grief, it comes the anger, and anger is a secondary feeling. And from this feeling, you know, they become angry at men. You know, they don't allow men, they close their heart for this, because when we're closing our heart when we don't allow emotions to come, right? So you don't allow emotions to come, things like that. And then obviously that has been passed down to the next generation. And what happens with the girls when they see a man, they don't see it as something you know, like a loved one or something like this. They see it as something completely different, because it's a trauma. You know, their mother suffered and they're loyal to their mother, they love their mother, and then they repeat the same pattern, and they repeat the same pattern, and so on. And that's why is this deficiency of happy relationships, of happy marriages, of happy, you know, I very much see it that way, because things have been going, you know, so, and they're so hard, you know, and we act through traumas that wasn't ours. And I don't know if you guys remember, I've said in the other videos that we've so for when a trauma occurs, when it's such a big trauma, you know. And another thing I wanted to say, back in the times there was other you know, illnesses and things like that, that was incurable, and so many children have died, and that's another trauma for the mother. You know, this is too much, it's too heavy, she has no capacity to overcome this whatsoever. And it takes 3 to 4 generations for this you know, to start clearing, for somebody to come as a healer, as something to, like, as somebody to heal certain trauma, you know. Can you imagine? So we need 3 to 4 generations. And sometimes, you know, doesn't even that happen, and then it keep on passes on even more and more and more. So coming from that perspective, seeing all this, seeing it that way, you know, having this empathy, non-judgmental to our parents, that's very important. And very important, I say always, when we want to attract a partner, when we want to have a good relationship with them, first we need to connect with our parents. And you guys are very welcome to watch the video about relationships. That's where I talk about this even more in depth. And of course, share this video. The person who shares that video the most will be the one who is going to win a free session with me. So share it everywhere, all around the world. We can connect. Let more people be connected to their families, to their roots, to their origins. You know, and you know, this is something that I find very significant and very empowering at the same time, because, you know, life is difficult, you know. Not everything depends on us, not everything is, you know, a problem between families. Sometimes we have other circumstances, like for example now we have, you know, this virus. We have nothing to do, like, no, we can't do anything about it at the moment, you know. We're stuck, everybody's trying to deal with this situation somehow. And then, you know, what we're doing, we're actually dealing with our personal issues, with our personal problems. So going back to the problem with the you know, with men and women, and why we are so, you know, this woman power or whatever thing is, so is because of this trauma. This is not a solution. Being over this, being, you know, over men, being very you know, with very strong boundaries, and being very, you know, there's nothing bad with boundaries, by the way, but you know, being very much like, oh, I don't need help, I'm not gonna allow anybody to help me, I'm just gonna be strong, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna be like a warrior. This is going to just damage you as a woman, and then, you know, you're not gonna feel very nice as a female, as a representative of a female. And it's very important to accept our nature of who we are. And because of this topic, that's why I've asked you guys if you can prepare a paper, tissue paper, right? It's just a simple tissue. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do an exercise. Okay, I need to talk about this a little bit more. I feel like I haven't prepared you yet. So we need this tissue paper. Please take one handy. And what you do, we can connect to the field of knowledge. Our body is like a radio, and when we are turned into certain, you know, what's it called? I can't remember the word. When we turn it into certain frequency is the word. When we turn it into certain frequency, we can tune in and we can report. We can, you know, we can talk, we can report, literally like a radio. We haven't been taught to do that. This is a very significant and you know, amazing thing that we can do. In this sense, doesn't matter if you have experience in it, or you know, doesn't matter if you don't know what is gonna happen. The most important thing is to feel your body. And if you're a person who is not allowing to feel your body, your emotions, don't think logically. There's no logic in it. It's very important is to go into your body, you know, to go there, to feel it. And very often what happens is, when there's trauma, people forget to breathe. So when I work with my clients, I very often remind them, how is your breathing doing? You know, how are you breathing? Just don't forget to breathe. If you don't remember anything of this video, please remember this. Every day ask yourself, how is my breathing doing? Because we can see sometimes how people are not even breathing. You know, they breathe just here, just a little bit, like I can't even do it, you know. It's very important to remind yourself from time to time to be like, take a deep breath, even, you know, force yourself. You might even feel a bit dizzy or something if you take more of, you know, if you take more deep breaths and if you close your eyes. But this is okay, this is normal. And even sometimes when we do breathing work, we actually, you know, start yawning, because that's where energy comes out, and, you know, blocked energy, tears start coming down. You know, we feel a bit dizzy, and this is when we, you know, that means that the energy is being, you know, released, and then also has been embodied. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use our hands. As we can use our full body, we can use our hands too. And I want to say that also we can do a constellation work with, so we have a group version, which we can do with people who are representing different members of the family or archetype, or they can represent, you know, they can represent the war, for example, they can represent the country, they can represent, you know, love, they can represent Mother Earth, they can represent the virus even. There's so much, there's so much that, you know, you can do. It's just amazing. Then when we do one-to-one session, we have little figures which I work with. I've got a video on my page, and by the way, if you want to follow me on my page, it's Juliette Atanasova. I have tagged it up there. You can go and follow me there for more videos, for more information. I do also online programs, one-to-one sessions, you know, live seminars. I'm in London, so I do them here in London mainly, well, before the virus came, but potentially I will be having some here, but for now I'm working online. So you can follow me there. When we do one-to-one session, we do with these little figures which are representing different members of the family, or you know, whatever else is there for you. Like it could be work, it could be the future. So very often nowadays I work with people who are saying, no, I can't imagine the future, I don't know what the future will be like. So that's a really good tool, and they can really see the future, how it's going to be. And you know, not like see everything, but you know, they can at least feel calm in themselves about the future. Also, we do visualization. So in the other videos I did lots of meditation with constellation and visualization. It's really powerful work. It might make you cry, you know, it might make you release things and things like that. So please go check them out, do them, because it's really powerful stuff there. So, and of course share the video so more people can know about this amazing method and they can help themselves. So that's how we raise our vibration in the whole planet, because we're all connected. Also, when we do this method, we're not helping just ourselves, we're helping our ancestors, our family, the future generations, and ourselves. So this is miraculous, isn't it? So the practice is, we are still on the topic of, you know, I'm going from one topic to another. This is typically female brain, as I was talking in the other video from, I don't remember, I think in the male and female energy. So we have our tissue, right? We're gonna do a practice and we use our hands as representative. We're gonna work, so this is more of an exercise for the ladies, unfortunately, or it could be for men, because if they're trying to survive, but they can replace the, maybe they can try it as well, I don't know. However you feel, guys, I will just leave it with you. Otherwise you can just watch. So our right hand, we hold the tissue like this in our both hands, and our right hand is going to represent the male, the man. So we're going to work on a topic in which where women believe that men are their way to survive, because many women, they don't feel capable of surviving themselves. They rely on men. They try to find a man who is rich, a man who can provide for them, or things like that. So we need to break this cycle. We need to break this belief, right? And not only, maybe there was all the traumatic things that happen. So we hold this in both hands, like this is a string that connects to both of the things. So we have the man, and then we have survival, right? And if you're in a survival mode, so the man is the right and the survival is on the left. If we're on a survival mode, you know, you will feel it. You'll feel. So just breathe and feel your hands, right? And whatever you feel, you might feel tingling sensations, you might feel you know, maybe heaviness, maybe pain, you might feel warmth, you might feel all of those things. And take a deep breath and exhale. I'm just looking at my notes. So we're holding the both hands. Right hand is man, it's a man, and left hand is the survival mode. So, and then we're just realizing our hands, we're just feeling our hands. And you can say, I'm acknowledging the I'm acknowledging this relationship between men and survival. I'm acknowledging this connection, I'm acknowledging this connection between men and survival. And I'm also admitting that this is a program in my life, in my ancestors, into many generations, all times and spaces. Take a deep breath and exhale. And then I'm admitting, and I give space to all the women who have survived because they've had a man in their life. And then I'm admitting and I'm giving place to all women who haven't survived, who have not survived because they didn't have man next to them. And I'm also acknowledging the differences between man and survival. And by the way, I forgot to say, and I'm so sorry for that, you need to repeat the phrases after me. I'll write it in the video, in the description. And then I'm admitting and I'm acknowledging that you can survive without a man. And then I'm breaking this association between man and survival now and forever. And now we break the tissue like very, like, okay? Inhale and exhale. And then we say, okay, that's it. Okay, we can say actually, when now we are realizing that men and survival are not connected. Okay, take a deep breath and exhale. And I will love if you guys share with me what you felt. If you can write it in the comments, or if you can send me a message, I would love to hear your feedback, because it's very, very important for me. And you might get a bit teary, you know, or sad or something like this, and that's okay. That's absolutely fine. So guys, it's my last day, which is the 10th day of the challenge, and I'm very happy that I did it, and I'm so grateful to Stanislava that she had challenged me to do it. It has been a journey for me, absolutely, I must admit. We did some amazing work, which I highly recommend you watch the videos, and you're gonna benefit from it so much, from the information, from the meditations, from the practices I've given really good stuff, so very useful for you. Use them in your benefit. Share them with your friends, share with people who are going to benefit from it too. You know, whoever needs that information, whoever needs to hear that information. Don't be too pushy, because not everybody is ready to hear it, because it's not an easy topics which I'm talking about. So you know, but share them. Let's reach all around the world, as Stanislava is saying. So that's our aim, to go globally, because we have no boundaries, no no borders, not boundaries, no borders. So it will be amazing if we reach more people, and you can share it into other groups, into other countries, in, I don't know, maybe America, or, you know, Europe, or I don't know, somewhere far away far away, but very close. If you guys want to follow me for more videos, to check out my online programs, or to book a session with me, you can send me a private message, or you can follow me on my page, and which I've tagged above this video. And from now on, I'm gonna be seeing you every week, once a week, to talk to you about different topics, to check where you are. Maybe you have some questions, I will answer some questions, and things like that. So we'll keep in touch, of course, and whoever is sharing the videos the most is going to win a free session. We're going to announce this tomorrow, a free session with me. We're going to announce this tomorrow, and I will be seeing you after that every week. So thank you for being with me. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing journey for me. I bow in front of you, and thank you for watching me, and to, you know, to be here for me, and to support me, and send me comments, and you know, following my page and everything. I'm entirely grateful, extremely grateful for that opportunity. Grateful that we have this internet, we have that platform where we can, you know, we can spread our knowledge, we can exchange what we know, what we have, and this is just amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you very much, and have an amazing evening. Bye bye.